guys, what's up? We're back. I know I've been away for about a week doing my qualifiers. I'm actually still in the middle of it, but I got some time. So I thought, hey, it's January, it's a new year. Let's do a reptile room tour. It's been a while. I've only done one reptile room tour on the channel. I know I do every month kind of an update with all my reptiles, but not really a tour. So we're going to go around to all my reptiles and kind of talk about them briefly, introduce them again. And I always like to make these sort of the trailers for the channel. So let's get to it, guys. Before we do, make sure to check that little right-hand corner. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell as well for all the latest updates. All right, guys. Let's get to my reptiles. So first up is Frappuccino. He is my Argentine black and white Tegu, Chacoan locale. We're going to feed him actually right now, and we're going to do a little bit of feeding in the reptile room tour today, as it is food day here. For pretty much all the reptiles. He is about, I think a year and a half old now, maybe a year and 3/4. And he has not gone down for brumation yet. He has shown really no signs of wanting to do so or anything. But I expect him to go down for a couple months, maybe in, starting in February or something. It's still not too late for any Tegu to go into brumation, and he was in brumation for a long time last year, 7 months. So I don't expect him to want to go that long, but I do expect at some point him to get a little sleepy and go down. I think he's about 4 feet long now, last I measured, and 14 pounds, if I'm remembering correctly, for his weight, which is well within the normal range, the healthy range for his length. But yeah, so he's feeding right now on a mix of, I think it's chicken hearts, livers, and gizzards. There's some kiwi in there. I threw some greens in, being collard and turnip greens. There's some squash in there, and there's some bell pepper. I really have been focusing a lot more on fruits and veggies lately, as I've been reading some research articles on sort of the diet of a Tegu, and they eat a lot of fruits and veggies in the wild, so I wanted to kind of increase that. Of course, a varied diet is important for a Tegu, so you want to offer a little bit of everything, but they will definitely seek out the meat. Okay, so next up, we have the baby Ackies. They're not technically going to be permanent residents in this reptile room. Half of them actually already went out to new homes. I still got 3 left. 2 of them have homes arranged, but it's been cold here, guys, so I haven't been able to get to it. This is one of the larger ones, so I'm actually saving this for someone. So he or she is, I think it's actually a she, is one of the larger ones. There's one more roughly that size that went out initially, but that's one of them. Let me see if I can find the other 2. He does not like my hand. This one is probably the only one in the clutch who kind of still gets weirded out by me, but that's very typical for Ackies. When they're young, I've said multiple times that they're very fight or flight when they're babies, so don't get worried if that's your baby Ackie. They're probably under the water bowl, so let me go over here. But yeah, I hatched these guys out in the beginning of in the beginning of November. So they're probably like 2.5 months now. And they're all going to good homes. I still think I might need a home for one of them. So if you guys are into some baby Ackies, that's what I got here. So there's the other 2. They're obviously a lot smaller. But still got those round bellies, still putting on size, still eating, so they're good. I might hold on to this one just a little bit longer, just because I want to make sure they put on a little bit more weight. But, there's always diversity in a clutch. Not all clutches are going to have the same size. They're going to be a range, there's going to be runts and stuff like that. That doesn't mean they won't grow up to be a good, healthy size. But yeah, they're feeding on crickets right now and dubia roaches. They're doing really good. And I could not have been happier with my first clutch. It was a rough journey. Definitely check out the breeding playlist to see how that journey went. But I'm happy. So, I'll probably be doing another clutch when my adult, female lays, whenever that will be, and I'll introduce her in this video. So if you're into Ackies, definitely, keep an eye on the channel, subscribe, and I'll let you guys know when I have more babies available. Let's follow up the babies with their father, my male adult Ackie Asus. He is about 2 years old. I've had him since he was a little guy himself. And yes, he is the father of that clutch. We're going to be feeding him some dubia roaches while we talk about him. So let me go grab a roach, because I know he's looking for him. There you go. But yeah, he's 2 years old roughly, probably a little bit more, and pretty much fully grown. Like I said, they will grow a little bit each year, but nothing significant outside the first 2 or 3 years of their life. So he's pretty much there. He might get a little bit more chunk to him or something like that, but overall, that's his size. Now for his enclosure, I did this myself. It's about 6 by 2.5 by 4. I don't think you should do anything less than that for an Ackie. Maybe as a baby, you can do something smaller, but after 8 months, they should have something at least this size. I did this myself, and I'll plug in detailed plans for building this in the description. It costs about $500, and you can probably do less or even more depending on the materials you choose, but I always shout that out because I know people are looking for cheap solutions for enclosures that get sort of large. But yeah, guys, that's Asus. He's going to finish up his meal, and then we'll move on to the female Dell. And here is Dell, my female dog Ackie, the one and only. She's actually back there chomping on a roach. She actually just got up. She wasn't out, and I was looking for her. She's been burrowing lately, and you might not be able to tell right here, but she's very gravid. I've been kind of letting her burrow and not come out for a couple days. Because I think she's ready to lay. But I did just go behind there and look for her, and she was a little cold. She's totally fine, has an appetite and everything, so that's good. But I have to keep an eye on that. It's been getting very cold here, especially in the reptile room, and I have to figure out how to warm it up at night because the heat in here is not doing the job. But yeah, guys, let's give her a couple more roachies. I've had Dell for just as long as Asus. They're actually part of the same clutch. So I got them at the same time, so she's around a little over 2 years, I'm guessing. But yeah, she's pretty much full size as well. A little growing probably left to do in some sorts, just like I said, every year they do that. But yeah, she's great. She's definitely the more relaxed of the two. And she's a lot more yellow. They're both yellow Ackies, just to clarify. But Asus is a lot more dark. He looks a lot more like a red, where you could really see those yellow sort of pigments in Dell. I know she's not really giving you the best look. I was trying to get in there too, but it's kind of hard with these basking bulbs. Up next is the always adorable Maxine. She's just hanging out here. I'm trying to give her some roachies, but sometimes she's a little stubborn. She's definitely my problem child. She's my first ever reptile. She's about 2.5 years old. She is kind of a little right now because she is shedding. You can see a little bit on her head right there. She does have some on her tail too. But I'm going to try to get her to eat some roachies. Sometimes she's just not in the mood. I have to find her in the right mood during the day, and I don't think she's in the mood right now. She favors crickets a lot more than roachies. I don't know why. I don't know if it's their movement or something like that. But I always try to diversify everyone's diet. So I'm hoping that she'll take this from me. She usually does eventually, though. So I don't just offer one insect, is the point there, though. But yeah, she's doing great. She's always giving me problems, just little problems, nothing big, but always tweaking her husbandry left and right. I'm actually getting her a new enclosure soon. It's going to be bioactive with loose substrate and everything. I don't mind tile, but I do think there's more benefits to actually having some natural substrate. So that's in the works, and that will be coming very soon. A lot of changes to this reptile room will be coming very soon. But yep, that's Max. I'll try to feed her, but she's just, I guess, camera shy right now, right, Max? On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have Tortellini, my Russian Tortoise. He gives me no issues. He's always such a great eater, although lately he's been a little particular. He's been very anti-mustard greens. What else? There's been a couple other things he's been very anti, and I have to kind of wean him off some of his current favorites so he starts accepting more stuff. That's really the only main concern I've ever had with Tortellini. But yeah, they're great pets. I've had Tortellini he's probably the newest one, although I've had him for probably a year. And I really enjoy having him. He's getting an enclosure upgrade soon as well, which is going to be great. This whole unit here that I have the Bearded Dragon and Russian Tortoise in is getting removed. So that's some good stuff, some cool stuff coming up. They are great burrowers. There's always a bunch of burrows in here. I think there's one over in the corner there. So they're very fun to watch and definitely like to do their digging. Last on the tour, we have Destin, my Crested Gecko. I actually got Destin from Petco. I don't recommend going to Petco or PetSmart, but he was there for a while and he was on a big discount when I got him. And I did kind of feel bad for him. But he is also a very, very, stable, pretty much reptile I have. I said Tortellini is sort of my rock. Destin is my rock as well. He does great. Let's see if I can look in there a little bit more. He is very sort of hands-off. Not that he couldn't be, like, more hands-on. I just really never handled him too much when I first got him. He never really liked it too much, so I just never really wanted to stress him out. I am totally fine, admire him from afar, and letting him do his own thing. I don't really have to be holding him to really enjoy him, so I never really just, worked with him like that. But maybe in the future, who knows? I kind of let him do his own thing, but it's daytime here, he's relaxing, he's not out and about. And he, again, is getting an enclosure upgrade soon. That's, been delayed as delayed can get for me. But he is the first one to probably be getting something new. So definitely expect that coming up very soon, guys. And that's all my reptiles. So like I said, that's all my reptiles, guys. I hope you enjoyed. There's a lot of changes coming to the reptile room this year. Potentially more reptiles as well. So definitely stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell as well. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.